Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 7:11 a.m. and you are listening to Good Morning Aurora, second largest city's first daily news podcast. And yeah, the weather is nice outside. It's really pretty. The temperature outside is 48 degrees. Can you believe it? Already. So the weather's going to be nice, and not only that, it's going to be sunshiny the rest of the week with highs in the 40s, 50s. All right, so I got some things to tell you guys about before we get into our great interview that you will see. And this is going to be, I'm not going to tell you who it is. It's going to be a historical interview. So real quick, and you'll have to tune into the live news on our Facebook page to check out the rest of the news. You should be tuning into that Monday through Friday, starting at 8 a.m. every day. All right. The CAN Network has on this Saturday, April 3rd, the Treats for Sweets drive-thru, and that's going to be at MLK Park on Farnsworth from 1 to 4 p.m. CAN is an acronym, C-A-A-N, the Community Advocacy Awareness Network and Not Forgotten Ministries, located at 309 5th Street here in Aurora. Shouts out to both of those great organizations for all they do, and this is for the kids. So there will be candy, chips, small bags, juice boxes, and pouches. So come on through, drive through Streets for Sweets at MLK Park. All right. First Friday returns this Friday as well, April the 2nd. The First Friday comeback concert is going to be taking place at the Aurora Public Library, the downtown Santori branch, located on River and Benton. Right. Yeah, that's Benton. Perry Slade is the featured artist and photographer. Artist conversion of found communications within the environment. Mr. Slade is a fantastic black and white photographer. Live music will be provided by Dave Ramont in an in-person performance of favorites and originals. That'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. Across the street, McCarty Mills. Shouts out! If you are out and about and you're hip, you might have seen your favorite radio host and BTP there doing our thing over the weekend. But if you were not, then you'll have to come hang out, baby. You'll have to come hang out. Our friend Devin the Artist is having an original art and pop-up shop. Safety protocols are in place and masks are required. That'll be from 5 to 10 p.m. at 140 South River Street, Suite 108. This is brought to us by Viso Arts, which is a local 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to arts here in the city of Aurora. 10% of all art sales made on that day will be donated to Viso Arts. All right. Now, moving right along. The NAACP Aurora Aldermanic Candidate Forum with our Alderman at Large candidates is taking place tomorrow at 7 p.m. Via Zoom, and registration is required for that. Ray Hall, Brooke Shanley, and Ron Warman are the candidates who are running for Alderman at Large, and only one of them can win. Who shall it be? Well, you'll have to tune in to check that out. Shouts out to all the candidates and good luck. All right. And today we have at 6:30 p.m. at the Aurora Public Library live a parent's guide for paying for college. At 6:30 p.m., this workshop/webinar will introduce the various financial aid options and focus on some of the biggest college planning mistakes families should avoid. Tomorrow, live, Aurora Public Library, registration is required. Before your first car, a virtual car class. This will be at 6 p.m. Are you looking to purchase a car? Whether it's your first time or not, this class will feature helpful tips on how to buy and maintain your vehicle. Shouts out. And then Thursday, April 1st, live spring break bingo at 6:30 p.m. Registration is required for that. Join us for a children of all ages evening of bingo on Zoom. Meeting details and DIY bingo card information will be sent via email. All right. And last but not least, children's craft kit. Sign up to receive a horse or unicorn craft kit, ages 7 through 11. There's a 3-kit limit per family. Registration is going on, and the virtual tutorial is on April 24th. There is a link for this. I will post this on our Facebook page, so you folks out there, you parents, can check it out. After you're registered, the library will contact you to schedule pickup at your preferred branch location. Pickup appointments begin April 19th. Cool. So just a little bit of quick news for you guys before we get into this awesome, wonderful, cool, and very informative interview. Tune into the live show on Facebook starting at 8 o'clock every single day, Monday through Friday. And tune in Friday for Jeanette's Splaining. Revolutionizing Friday morning experience for you. Indeed, Good Morning Aurora has revolutionized your listening experience already. So tune in and keep tuning in. We appreciate it. Shouts out to all the fans, listeners, and subscribers. You guys have a good day. And that is the news. Aurora history. All about Leland. Today we have today on Good Morning Aurora, we have Tracy Duran back on the show once again. Hello, Tracy.
Hi.
So, we've got a lot of Aurora history.
Yes, we do.
Wow. Look at all this. 100 years of progress, growth, and development in Leland Hotel. So, Tracy, for the show, starting off, let us know who you are.
My name is Tracy Duran, and I was born and raised in Aurora, Illinois. And my love of history started with my father, and it also started with Leland Hotel, because it's a very mysterious type of building and everything. So I figured I'd try to dig into her story.
Okay, all right. So what do we have before us? Looks like a lot of souvenir and historical items specifically.
Correct. These are items that I was able to acquire either through online bidding or through a local historian from Geneva.
Interesting. All right. So first things first, we're going to start off with some newspaper articles. What's that we're seeing?
These newspapers are from 1937, and it showcases 100 years of progress of Aurora. So this one is my favorite illustration because it shows the mills that first started Aurora, and then moves up to the progress of all of our buildings and entertainment.
Oh, I see. It starts off at the bottom like the
Right.
old days, and
Right.
then wow.
You have Samuel McCurdy here, and this just really fascinated me with how they're celebrating 100 years of Aurora. And along with this article, they have a aerial view of the downtown area with Leland and the Aurora Hotel. This is Stope Island, and this was actually photographed by a local priest in an airplane, and and forgive me because I cannot remember his name.
A local priest was in an airplane?
Yeah, and
Wow.
he was a.
Sounds like a guy to know.
Well, there's an article in here about him.
Mhm.
So it's just a matter of going through it again. But yeah, so it was he had his photography. So one person I know who would appreciate that would be Joseph Weber.
Joseph Weber, yes, yes. JP, shouts out to him. Great young man here in the city of Aurora.
Definitely.
Pioneers would never recognize the Aurora Business District of 1937.
Correct. Because back when the pioneers were here, all this was just land, and they had their mills. You had the McCarty mills and a couple of other ones in the area. I think there were only I think you only had the New York Street Bridge, I believe. And but it's just the progress of Aurora was just booming and phenomenal. And you start with the mills, and then manufacturing. You had the cotton mills, the corset manufacturing, silver plate, and everything. So the downtown was a booming business back in the day.
I can see my old house from there. All right. Now, I want to see what's underneath of our growth and development. I see a lot of individuals and faces.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, this is
And I'd like to note the title, the Aurora Sunday Beacon News.
Right.
Absolutely wonderful.
So we have Mr. William Gosling, who was the owner of both the Aurora Hotel and Leland.
Wow.
And the other gentlemen on the opposite side are his sons, I believe. Yes, they're his sons.
So he made a family business out of what are, notably and arguably the two most iconic buildings
Correct.
in our city.
And from my understanding, from my research with Leland, because that's my focus at the moment, when Leland was first built, it was doing well, and then the Depression happened. But when Mr. Gosling had taken over during the late 30s, he was able to have it regroup and turn it into a really great building with entertainment and restaurants and everything. Because up here you have, the Sky Club, and down here there were a few little restaurants downstairs as well.
Show us the Sky Club part again.
Up here was the Sky Club on the top floor, which is now loft apartments.
Oh.
Now, there are many people who always say, oh, I wish they would bring Sky Club back, and I wish they could too, but technically they can't at the moment. But
Why not?
because it's all loft apartments.
Oh, yeah.
And everything, so.
So at the very bottom it says, entertainment features immensely popular. With the coming of entertainment as a charming part of hotel service, these hotels inaugurated entertainment of high order. In the English Grill of the Aurora and the Rathskeller of the Leland, one finds the seating and the atmosphere which modern decorative art supplies. Here, each evening, stars of the musical world, orchestras from metropolitan circuits provide superb entertainment. Wow.
Yeah, it was, downtown was the place to be back during that time period. And folks would come in from all over, via the train, and they would come in from Chicago and, all points in between. And we had, many movie theaters just within walking distance. At that time, you had the Paramount, you had Fox Theater, you had the Isle Theater, the Tivoli. We just had, so many choices of, entertainment. There were nightclubs. They had nightclubs at the Aurora Hotel and also Leland and a couple other spots in downtown.
Man, awesome history. Wonderful history. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, what's on the front page of that?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
That's another aerial shot of downtown.
Whoa. I like that.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Now, wait a minute. I'm noticing something here, Tracy. Are all of the advertisements in this publication Aurora local advertisements?
Yes.
How about that? I noticed Weiss German Bakery, 535 Main Street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might like this one. Yes, this was what just recently closed. And Sears Roebuck.
Whoa. What? Oh, man. We salute you.
Yeah, Sears had a few locations in Aurora. It was originally on River Street, and then it moved on to Broadway. And then from that location, it moved to Northgate, and then it moved to Fox Valley Mall.
Wow. Look at that. Look at the edges. Look at the... I mean, you can look at the... I think about the hands, right? Who touch it, the people who saw this. The Saturday or Sunday mornings, people who saw this and decided to go out there and go shop. Wow.
Yeah, pick up their paper, bring it in, sit in front of the radio, listen to the radio. Because
that's the era we're talking about, right?
Yeah,
we're talking radio, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good times. This is before the second largest city's first daily news podcast, but that's cool too. All right. Now I noticed as well, to what is our left, I see two photographs which look like postcards, and they're both of Leland Tower, a color version and then a black and white. Let's talk about those.
Right. The color version, it is a postcard. And I actually have a couple of these. And this one is postmarked 1930. And it's kind of hard to read it, but with translating cursive. What's really interesting about this is that it's the person is writing to a family member, and they're talking about their time inside Leland, how they were talking about how it's $2.50 a room or for a night, and they talk about the utilities and everything that they're able to utilize in there, and it's just a really neat firsthand account of staying inside Leland Hotel.
Wow.
And then this one is actually a press photo of Leland, and this is from the 1960s. And what's nice is that it showcases the original Leland signage on the side that was all lit up.
Man, that's cool.
And
That's an excellent photograph too. Like whoever took it, man, talk about the angle.
Well, the building that it's inside, that they're taking it from, was the original Beacon News building, like before it was on River Street.
Right.
So this was the Beacon News building, which is now North Island Center.
Yeah, because I'm seeing it right. And now North Island Center, people get married there.
So, when you stay at a hotel and you have stationery to write notes or anything like that, write notes home saying, hey, I stayed at Leland Hotel. And these are the stationery papers from Leland. And these are from the 1930s.
This is an impressive collection, Tracy.
Thank you. There are other people out there that have more than I do, but this is my little bit.
All right. Now, I'd like to go through what I see are matchbook covers.
Right.
This is before lighters.
And each of these have information on the restaurants that were inside both Aurora Hotel and Leland Hotel. So like this one, you have the Carousel restaurant that was inside the Aurora Hotel, and then the Plantation Room. And then, let's see, and what I like too is that you have Management Goslin Hotel Company.
Right.
And then this one has the advertisement for the Rathskeller and Cave, which was downstairs in the lower level, which is now the property manager office. That's the same one. I like doubles. And then the Plantation Room.
Nice.
Which is inside there as well. This one really intrigued me. The Navy Club of Aurora, ship number 50 for Leland Hotel. And I found out that the club was actually on the 5th floor of Leland. And so you have Navy veterans that would come in, almost like a VFW type of thing. And they would come and, just sit around and socialize.
Right.
Which is really neat thing. So, and then this one, the Saddle and Spur, which was also downstairs. It's really neat background on it. That's for the Leland matchbooks. One interesting thing I have too is Leland was designed by Graven and Miger architects who had worked with Rapp and Rapp. Rapp and Rapp had designed the Paramount and Chicago Theater. And I actually have a business card of Mr. Graven, and which is really neat. So it has Graven Architects.
Wow, look at that.
And this top piece is a piece of flat metal.
What a ship.
It's a Viking ship.
Very cool.
Yeah, this one is one of my favorite ones.
All right. Now, I see an ashtray. Back when people were smoking in buildings.
Right.
A menu, and then a glass. Does the glass have any significance?
Yeah, the glass has, you can see it like that. So it has Leland Hotel, so Leland.
Oh, it's got significance. All right.
Right. Drink your orange juice in it if you want.
Right. Nice.
Or orange juice and vodka if you go that way in the morning. And the Leland Hotel ashtray.
Very cool.
And these are swizzle sticks. So, you know, you stir your cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is for the Sky Club, which is a mystery all in itself to me.
Right.
And then two for the plantation room.
Man.
So you stir up your ice and your drink and with those.
And then we have a menu.
Right. So this one is a souvenir menu for Aurora. It's presented by Aurora Merchants and Leland Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is really neat because it has the old advertising.
Holy cow.
And this photo I absolutely love because you have the Zephyr. And then you have Galena, which at that time was Main Street.
Put a little light on that situation specific. Yeah. There we go. All right.
And you have all the signage and everything. So at nighttime, this was lit up almost like Vegas. So you have, you know, the pyramid all lit up. You have the hotel signage lit up. You have the Tivoli lit up. And
Okay, so as I look at this now, this picture is taken on Galena.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, looking down.
Facing west.
Yeah, facing west, excuse me. Yeah, facing west. That's right.
So they had to be up on a crane or something to take the photo. We didn't have drones back in the 30s. 40s.
Right. If somebody would have saw a drone, you know what they would have thought of?
It was aliens.
UFOs. Oh, snap.
Right. And then and you just have the history of Aurora. This is one company that folks bring up, the Rainbow Bread Company.
Old school.
Yeah. We used to make bread down here. And then you have all the photos of, you know, places that we all recognize.
I see places we all recognize. There you go. Yeah.
Well, the Victory statue that actually stands in front of the casino now. Or the casino stands behind, because you can't move that.
Right.
And then
That's circa
Memory
World
Bridge.
War One. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Nice.
And you have oatmeals. You have recipes in here for chicken a la king, Welsh rabbit, and crushed shrimp a la Newburgh.
So I'd like to say that if for the interested viewer, please note and pay attention to what the recipes are. They are very fitting of the demographic of Aurora. It's Eastern European, I believe, population and early roots. Large German communities,
Yeah.
Hungarian communities. Yep.
And then we also have the menu for Leland. So you can order a la carte, order your cocktails and soups. You can get a hamburger steak for 50 cents.
Oh my goodness. Look at the this now this part is cool, right?
Right.
Look at that. Look at the menu. An omelet with fresh mushrooms, 75 cents. Boy.
English lamb chop for $1.25.
Phew. Man.
Fancy.
Fancy. I mean, people were eating good.
And then you have your cocktails and choices of beverage and liquor.
A brandy sour was 45 cents. A rum Collins was 40 cents.
And you can even order absinthe too.
Wow.
Yeah, this one is another one of my favorite pieces of my collection. And then you have St. Charles Hospital, in the original Mercy Hospital.
St. Charles Hospital. I live close to that hospital now.
Okay.
It's a senior citizens. It's a senior citizens facility. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there by Galeen. That's New York Street and I don't know.
It's right across from McCurdy Park.
Yeah, right across from McCarty Park. That's right.
And that was actually abandoned for quite a while. Not really. I don't think it was like abandoned, but there wasn't anything done to it for the longest time. And then finally somebody came in and luckily, we were able to save a lot of the Art Deco and the designs on the inside.
Yeah, the building is impressive.
It really is. And just other pieces of advertisement. So.
Hold on. Scotland Yard Police Patrol. Interesting.
Detective agency. Like Sam Spade.
Private investigations, bank depository service, personal bodyguards, uniform merchants patrol service. Wow. 217 Main Street. Private Eye.
Yeah.
Boy, Aurora was that place.
Yep.
Wow. Baker Laundry and Dry Cleaner, East River Road. All right. What's that building at the
This
top,
one?
that page right there? Don't we know that building?
Yeah. You know that.
Ah, look at
It
that.
says so right there.
Stope and Benton.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, right across the street from that picture is the old Aurora Public Library,
Right.
which just yesterday was the site of our community blood drive.
Mm-hmm.
History being made consistently in our city.
Which that library was built by a grant by the Carnegies.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right. Beethoven Club, founded by Plano students. Nice. This is amazing. Wow.
And there's the library too.
Oh, that's the library?
Yeah. So the library looked like before the modernization.
Wow. That's super library-y.
Yeah, that was the original Carnegie design.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was that one. Nice. Nice. All right. Now underneath here, I think we have our gentleman who was our priest pilot.
Yes. Can we move it up?
Mm-hmm. Great.
So this is Reverend Father Leon M. Linden. And the photo was taken after his plane had crashed, but he survived it. He and the pilot survived it.
First aerial photographer for the Beacon News. Official name Aurora, given to pioneer community by the government in 1837. Wow. Wow.
Okay. And this was one of the photos that he had taken from the airplane.
Right.
So. Or am I looking? Oh, looks almost, when you look it upside down, it looks almost like another city.
Yeah, it does. Now, as I look here, let me make sure I got this right, but there's no casino.
No.
This is before the casino was built. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can see my old house from here. Right there.
Yeah.
And there's that infamous building that was there before because when I moved or lived there, it wasn't there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And there goes what became Ballydoyle.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. Tracy, this is fantastic history that you have shared with us today.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I love learning a lot about our city.
Yeah. So the city of Aurora has an interesting history, but Leland Tower, in its own right, has its own specific, fascinating, and dedicated history.
Yes, it does.
How can people find out more about what your writings and your history?
They can go to tracyduran.com, and it's TRACYDURAN, like Duran, .com. And I have my research that's on Leland, starting from the very beginning, from its inception, when it was originally called the Illinois Hotel, and then it switched over to Leland Hotel, and then and I have it all the way up to the grand opening of the hotel, and it's a virtual time travel tour, and it shows the true photos, the original press photos that were loaned to me by David Caradamus.
To all of our listeners and our viewers, we hope that you guys enjoyed this awesome episode showcasing some great Aurora history from an Aurora staple, the Leland Hotel, located downtown on Stolp and Galena. And for more information, as our friend mentioned, you can check out tracyduran.com for great Aurora history and facts.